I'm back today to do another live tarot reading for you guys here on my channel. I have a kind of big announcement. I did actually make another channel. I wasn't going to because I actually felt like kind of overwhelmed by just this channel, but I decided to do that, and I'm really excited to share that I did make that, and you guys can check it out if you'd like. Yeah, today I'm going to be talking about the pre-shadow period for Mercury retrograde, as well as Mercury retrograde that's going to be going from April 21st to May 14th. So I'm going to be talking about like these two periods of time. Now, you may be watching later in time, and this is going to be still timeless reading, still could be applicable to you, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and you guys will have to let me know what you think. I did also record over on Instagram just a little bit ago, so you're more than welcome to check that out as well. There might be some theme messages that want to come through. Excuse me. And as always, I do want to say that I am still accepting private readings. If you'd like to book a reading, you can send a payment through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, and then email me a good day and time to get scheduled. I'd love to get you scheduled. I have said that the first two people to comment over on my other channel, The Whale Called Moon, they will get $20 off a reading. So if you want a reading with me and you want $20 off, then you're going to want to comment over on my other channel. So I'm really excited about that other channel, doing things really differently over there. I don't know the content that I really want to put on there. I've been thinking about that a lot, and trying to keep the channel separate as far as like the kind of content I'm making for this channel and the content I want to put over there. Mainly, that channel is about inspiration, so that's like the main focus, and working with the whale collective energy. That's how I want to go forward with it. So I'm going to pull some cards and jump in. I forgot to say that if you do want to donate, you can send a donation through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Really appreciate it a lot. If you want to support me, the links are going to be in the description box as always. Venmo is at Oracle Daphne. Cash App is the $ Oracle Daphne, and yeah, PayPal is just PayPal me. PayPal.me/Oracle Daphne. Pretty simple. So, okay, so I want to jump in and see what I get for this Mercury retrograde energy. And again, this is like the pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. I actually feel like some of you are kind of moving through like a denser energy. We have this Eight of Swords. It is like the only negative energy that's showing up here. It's a denser energy. The Eight of Swords can be negativity from other people, haters and bitches. It can be from death in the family. It can be from, negative entities or energies that are working through people in your life, or just that are in your life. It can be like a dark cloud kind of energy where you kind of feel like, I don't know, just like, a lot of not worst case scenario thinking, but like negativity that's kind of like, weighing you down. But it's the that's showing up here. So I would say between now and the 21st, going to be pretty smooth sailing, except for this energy. If you can work through the Eight of Swords energy, I feel like you're going to be okay. We have the Sun as the outcome, which is really, really positive. And yeah, to me, it's just working through this energy. Like, to me, it's sort of like breaking up negativity. Now, some of you may want to listen to like some Tibetan bowls. Some of you may want to listen to, sometimes, I mean, this is going to sound strange, but there's different things that can break up negative energy. You can literally like clear your space, You can boil herbs. You can, um, go to like some plant shops and check out, like, and be in touch with a lot of plant energies and plant life. You can maybe, plant something in a garden somewhere, or take a long walk or hike out in the woods somewhere. It breaks up the energy. There's some like people that may not resonate with this, but like I listen sometimes if the energy gets really dense to some chanting of to Shiva or to Ganesha. Those of you who don't, I understand, but like to me that kind of energy, like it's like the Tibetan monk energy where there's chanting and they're singing. It has a certain vibration which is good at breaking up negative energy or energy that's more dense. Spirit, what is it that you... Okay, so yeah, this is okay, so this is what's like to clarify how to the energy, the negative energy is, you can see that we have the Magician, and to me the Magician is, it's interesting, it's pretty clear. Like to me it would be like it's the equivalent, I know it sounds terrible, like the equivalent of like breaking a spell. The equivalent of saying no to negative energy. The equivalent of taking your power back and be like, I'm not going to subscribe to that negativity. I'm not going to be even thinking about that negativity. They have no power over me, period, end of story. Some of you are going to need to work through it, because to me the Magician is work. It's about working on things. So working on your, like, I want to say the Magician looks very focused on, is a very focused individual that's focused on tasks, on doing things, making things. He's creating, he's working with energy, and I honestly think light work is about moving energy. So visualizing a pink ball of light and sending it, which will break up the negativity. I used to actually, this is going to sound funny, I used to imagine pumpkins. I used to imagine pumpkins bursting, and when they burst, they kind of burst out all this love energy. They burst out all this positive energy, like all their seeds were like all this positive energy. So some of you need to visualize the negativity going away. You need to visualize the energy like getting broken up. You need to not any longer participate in, to me, any drama related to work, any drama related to people in your life that do not want the best for you. Any lower vibrational people, these are vamp people, and you'll know what a vamp is. A vamp is a person that drains your energy. You're around them for like half a day and you're like done. You're toast for like a whole day to a whole week. It takes a long time to recover after vamp energy. But the thing about it is the Magician is also taken his power back, and he's focused on him. He's focused on building things, making things, constructing things, working on his life. He's not investing in all this other negative stuff. Hey Sarah, thanks so much. I appreciate the comment, Lena. I just want to say hi. You guys rock. I appreciate the support a lot. So like to me it's about focusing on yourself and taking your power back. And knowing that there is nothing that can stop you, nothing that's going to hurt you, and having that mindset that nothing can, especially when it comes to negative vibration energy. You just have to imagine that it is below you. It's below you, or it's a thing of the past. You have to kind of imagine that it is a cloud that's passing rather than something you're stuck in. Because to me, the Eight of Swords is a card about feeling stuck. So we can get into the mentality of thinking that we are stuck. And I can do this myself too. And there have been periods in my life where I felt very, very stuck. And fixed signs can get into this mindset. Pretty much anybody nowadays can get into this mindset, because in some way, it's all a trap. To be honest with you, inflation's a trap. Housing's a trap. Cars are a trap. It's all a trap. Family's a trap. Kids are a trap. It's all trap. So it's it's one of those things where we can't avoid life, but we can avoid thinking about it in a way that kind of keeps us trapped, keeps our mentality trapped, makes us think that there's no way out, or that there's no opportunities, or there's no options. There's always a way out. There's always opportunities. There are always options, even if there are things that you don't want to do. To me, that is the hard part. The hard part is, getting out of your own way and saying yes to something you don't necessarily feel like doing something you don't necessarily feel like doing. And to me, it's not about forcing yourself to do it, but when you force yourself to do something, it gets out of the mentality of being stuck. And sometimes temporary things can help be like a stepping stone to other things. So like, for instance, like when I did labor work last summer, it was a stepping stone. It wasn't like I was going to be doing full time, but it broke up the energy. It changed the energy. So I wasn't thinking, oh my God, I'm totally SOL or I'm totally stuck. You have to keep moving through the energy. You have to keep working. You have to keep progressing. You have to think about the fact that you have opportunities, even if you're arguing to everybody that that there aren't any. You have to think that there are. That's the key. So we have the Sun card. To me, this is very positive energy. To me, this is a time to really bulldoze. I want to say bulldoze through this other stuff. And listen, you're catching me on a funny day. I don't know. This is the first, really good sunny day I've had in a little bit here. And I'm really excited to record. And I've got a lot of recording to do today. And I've already recorded on Instagram. So me, like, looking at these cards, I really just feel like some of you just need to bulldoze through this time. And move quicker through obstacles, move quicker through struggles, move quicker through some of these negative things that are maybe stressing you out, or maybe you feel like they're holding you back, or things are not entirely to your liking. Because we have the Seven of Wands, but it's like, okay, so what? We have this stress. Okay, we're gonna bulldoze through that, and we're gonna get to this Ace of Cups here. That's about promise. It's about hope. It's about that first drop of rain before it really, really rains, before like all the other droplets hit the ground. So it's like, I feel like for some of you, there's a lot of prosperity to be had, but you do need to bulldoze through some of this other energy. Just be like, okay, I'm done with this, and I'm done with that, and I'm done with this, and check, check, check. It's more of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like your approach to this energy is really going to determine how you get through. And if you end up in this space of the Five of Cups where you feel overwhelmed and you're unhappy, or if you end up in this space of the Sun where you're joyful, it's that chocolate high, it's that that feeling good energy. Some of you really need to watch out for balancing your diet, making sure you're eating enough, making sure you're sleeping enough. And I say this in pretty much all my videos, but like making sure that there's some balance, because some of you may have some hot and cold energies for this period of time, in the sense that you might feel really, really joyful, and some days things are going really, really well, and other days just feel overwhelmed and feel really sad that maybe things aren't going the way entirely that you want them to go. I'm going to pull some other cards, and then I'm going to see what else is going to happen for the portion of the Mercury retrograde, which is actually the retrograde itself. So the 21st through May 14th. So I've been talking about this called the pre-shadow phase. So this is like between now and the 21st. I'm going to be looking at to see what's to come for the retrograde. Yeah, there's a lot of drama that's unnecessary. it's unnecessary in the sense that you're gonna need to like say, okay, no to the drama somehow. Like whatever drama that you're, getting involved in, you have to say no to it. Because to me, your perspective is everything, and to me, the only thing that's stopping you is the drama. You have to start saying like affirmations, like you are safe, you're safe now. You are always safe. I am seeing like absolutely like a reflection of the other cards, which is, to me, it's 50-50. 50% where the glass is half full and you're thinking positively, and then the 50% where everything kind of goes to shit and you're thinking really more negatively, and you're in a really bad mind space. To me, it's working on your mental health. I would say this is a time, this pre-shadow time is mental health time, is a time really to focus on your physical health, but also your mental health. I don't remember who said it, but somebody once said that the best way to handle your mental health is by listening to what your body needs. And I didn't realize, like I tell people who have strong water in their chart all the time, because we have water and we have fire here. So anybody who has like, very strong element like water or fire in their chart, they're going to want to really pay attention to their body at this time. Listen to what it needs. Does it need food? Does it need more water? Does it need a rest, a time out? Does it need to focus? Does it really want to go for a run, or is a walk going to be okay? You have to really listen at this time, and you might have some very significant mood swings at this time. Very significant mood swings. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the actual retrograde portion. I do want to check my chat here before I continue. Okay. The retrograde portion, like I said, is the 21st of April through the 14th of May. Just going to check to see the energies for that. Oh, and I was supposed to be reading in reverses. Sorry, just a minute. Well, I'll leave these upright for here, and then we're going to go reverses. I love reading reverses, because in this deck, it's always very interesting to see how things come out. Some of you, this is when you're going to meet a long-term love partner. This is not going to be for everybody, obviously. If you are sitting on the couch, you never leave the house, you only go to the gym, you only go to work and back, or even if some of you like almost never leave the house because you work from home, or worse than that, like you don't even, like maybe you're not working or you're not doing anything and you're just at home all the time and you never go anywhere, then this is not going to be applicable. Okay, I'm telling you honestly that now. But for some of you, this is a period of time which I don't feel like you are going to see it coming. I want to say the age group, ladies, that if you are in the age group of, say, 35 to 45, to me, this is a long time coming. And things happen, like I mentioned over on my Instagram, like things happen during retrograde, which are a long time coming. So let's just say 10 years ago, you lost something, okay? Let's just say you lost something. Let's just say it's a zip drive, okay? You lost that zip drive somewhere. This is the time where you would find it again, or maybe you get a new zip drive, or, it's a long time coming. So those of you 35 to 45 and that age group, that I would consider it to be a long time coming, because and are single, maybe because you have dated and you're not married and you haven't found a long-term life partner. This is where I want to say that you're going to find a long-term partner. You're going to find a long-term partner, and you don't see it coming because it's going to be a long time coming, and it's going to kind of come out of the blue. We have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups in reverse is family. It is building a family, building a long-term partnership. It's the house, it's the kids, it's the pets, it's, you know, having kind of like more of like a traditional life with a partner. It's more traditional. It's more of like that energy of really having a strong relationship with someone and building a long-term relationship. And I feel like, again, this is going to be a long time coming, because we are talking about the Mercury retrograde energy. And I feel like for culturally, I feel like the people that are very religious end up getting married, but it's not necessarily for the long term, because for whatever reason, they're not really thinking about it like they're not thinking about the relationship. They're thinking about checking the box. And I talked about this over on my Instagram page. Many people who get married are thinking about doing it to check the box. They're checking a box. They're like, okay, well, I've gotten married and I've done my part. They're not thinking about building a life with someone, building a long-term relationship with someone. They're not thinking about that necessarily. It doesn't mean that it's going to be applicable that way for everyone, but I feel like for many people, this relationship, should you meet someone new, is where it's not about checking a box. Yes, you're going to have a lot of boxes checked at the end of the day, but it's not. The Two of Cups in reverse to me is like the best kind of relationship you could hope for. It's a real relationship, a real partnership where you grow together. You grow together rather than growing apart, rather than nitpicking, rather than fighting, rather than, you know what I'm saying, going to war with each other. You grow together. And I know a friend of mine once said that, you know, it's important to have growth in relationships, in the sense that they were like, you know, my partner helps me grow. And that it's a key element. If those of you who end up dating someone or falling in love with someone during this period of time, or meeting someone new during this period of time, you're going to notice how they help you grow. You're going to notice how much you grow when you're together, how much they kind of inspire you to grow, and how much they're there for you during your own growth process. I feel like it's a really beautiful energy. And I feel like most of you are going to end up getting married to that person. We do have what I call the quad situation here. I love quads. It could be like a third party situation as well, like with someone maybe you're interested in somebody who's married, or somebody who's married is interested in you, or you know, and to me it feels like a quad situation, because we have the Two of Cups in reverse as well as the Lovers in reverse. And the Lovers in reverse to me is the ultimate. Now it could be, going back to what I said about meeting someone new, the Two of Cups could grow into the Lovers, in the sense that you could become like partners first somehow, or you know, get married, and then later in time maybe decide you don't want the marriage or the paperwork, and you decide to just end up being partners in life. But going back to what I said about the quads, I call the quads, this is when a person who is in a relationship is cheating on their partner. And that could be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife. And then we have is cheating with someone who's also married, with a boyfriend or girl, also married, or has a boyfriend or girlfriend, okay, a partner of some kind. So to me, this is the quads. I call it the quads. So two people, there's someone cheating on their partner with another person who's also cheating on their partner. I call it the quads for that reason, because there's 4 people total within that relationship. It's not just, oh, you're cheating on your partner with somebody else. It's you're cheating on your partner with somebody else who's also cheating on their partner. If this gets into what I call the crazy pills, which I wouldn't be surprised if it did, the crazy pills energy is where everybody's being incredibly selfish, and in the sense that this is where that, let's just say, a person cheating on their partner or their spouse with somebody else who's cheating on their partner or their spouse, and then their spouse is also cheating. Those spouses are also cheating. So it's 4 people that are cheating with other people. That it goes on and on and on. And I do feel like that's possible. And I feel like for some of you, and this is going to sound really harsh, but I feel like some of you, you're cheating with someone who, you might think you're the only one that they're cheating with, but no, they're cheating with somebody else as well. So it's like, it's not just a third party. It's a third, fourth, fifth, sixth party. I feel like, and I see the number 6 here. So like, to me, there's multiple people within this situation. To me, it's a cluster. And I don't like these, because to me, this is just where everybody is not acting out of their authenticity. They're acting out of, like, to me, like their sexual needs or their sexual whatever. And it's just not, it's selfish. At the end of the day, it's selfish. Now, I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just here reading the cards and telling you what I see. Doesn't mean like everybody's, going to hell. I don't believe in any of that. So I don't feel like this is the issue. I feel like the issue with this kind of thing, if it's this complicated, is that it puts everybody at risk. And it's not building anything. It's like a house of cards. It's like, oh, you got all these cards and all these people are cheating. And then the wind blows and the house of cards falls. And it's not productive. It's lose, 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 lose. It's not where you are making a difference in the world. It's not where you are donating to the turtles and you're helping the turtle population get, replenished. It's not where, and it's interesting because an old friend of mine decided that he wanted to get a tattoo. Okay, and I'll just tell you, this is just an example, okay, giving you some contrast. An old friend of mine wanted to get a tattoo. And I said, why do you want to get a tattoo? And first of all, I think it was going to cost him something like $4,000, something crazy. And I got really upset. Really upset. And I sent him an email. I compiled a list of all the other things that he could be doing with his money, where he could be putting, he could be saving the turtles, contributing to the rainforest, all these lists of all the things that he could do for the planet, do for other people, do for the food banks and the shelters and blah, blah, blah. But there he is. He's wanting to do a tattoo, which is, in my opinion, just very self-focused and is non-productive. Yeah, it might look great, but it's non-productive. It's not adding to anything to the planet. And I want to say this at this time because we are going to be shifting out of North Node in Taurus to the North Node in Aries. And I want everybody to really take a note, starting in July, that there is going to be a more self-focused push from everyone to do things that are purely just, they aren't contributing to the planet. They aren't contributing to the household. They aren't contributing to a healthy relationship. And I want to say this, a healthy relationship contributes to the planet. And I'll tell you why. And it contributes to the universe, because love is what comes from a healthy relationship. When you're in a healthy partnership, you are in a state of balance. You're yin and yang. And it doesn't have to be male, female. It could be male, male, girl, girl. It doesn't freaking matter. Ultimately, there needs to be more love in the world. And more love in the world is productive. Why is it productive? Because it creates a kind of positive ripple effect, which then affects everybody down the line. So it's sort of like that whole concept of paying it forward. You pay it forward, and then the other person pays it forward, and you continue to pay it forward. And if we all paid it forward, then no one would have to pay for anything because we would be taking care of each other. And I just feel like there's someone here that's operating from a very self-focused perspective when it comes to relationships. And there's someone who really doesn't even understand what love is. And it's sad to me. To me, this is more sad. I don't have judgment on it because I really feel that every person needs to know and needs to feel what it's like to be cheated on. Everybody needs to know what it feels like to cheat on someone, to cheat with someone, because it's a learning experience. Because I can't even tell you the amount of people on this planet that are in unhealthy, broken relationships where there isn't love, or they have been in unhealthy situationships, which isn't love, and it's not contributing to their life. And it's only, I say, like, to me, it's like, the vulture. I call the cheaters like the vultures. They show up in your life when you don't have a lot, and they come for the scraps. All they're looking is for a scrap to fill whatever hole that they have inside of them. Usually it's an emotional hole. Usually it's an emotional space. Usually it's an emotional void that they are not getting from their partner, which they can't get from their partner. Because if they could get it from their partner, they absolutely would not be cheating. So it's just, everybody needs to experience it just for the learning experience. But I don't think, like, for this reading, it's healthy for people to be in situations with relationships which are non-productive. It's just, you have to decide for yourself if you want to be contributing love to the planet or if you don't. And I will tell you that there are better uses of your time than to cheat on a partner with someone else who's also cheating on a partner, and their partners and spouses and your spouse or your partner is also cheating with other people. There's better ways to use our time. There's better ways to be productive. If you guys want to really focus on your health, and you're focused on your fitness, and you're focused on taking care of the planet, giving back, whatever it is that's going to shift your focus off of whatever relationship is not leading to, it's not leading to something which creates the win-win. It's creating the lose-lose. It's creating anxiety. It's creating depression. It's creating the pause. It's creating the waiting. Anything where you have to wait and you don't know what's going on. To me, it's unhealthy. And to me, there's some element of desperation, wanting to root down, wanting things to settle down with somebody. But I feel like some of you are wanting to settle down with, like, the wrong person. That's what I want to say. There's this energy of needing to take a leap of faith before you're ready. I feel like the universe is kind of going to be forcing you to take a leap of faith before you're ready. We have the Fool in reverse. To me, that's you're not going to be necessarily ready for to leap. But I feel like that's what needs to happen for some of you. And it could be separate from the relationships, although the relationship element of this reading could be applicable too as well. I also see we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse is one of my favorite cards, actually, because the Page of Swords in reverse is about the tiger getting pulled out by its tail. Something good happening that you probably don't see coming. This is help that comes at a time where you are really, you really need it. Maybe you're in the hole. Maybe your bank account is very, very low, or you're in the hole, or there are people, and myself included, this has happened, where you just decide, what, fuck it, you're going to pay for stuff anyways, even though you don't have the money, and you go into the hole, and you have to wait to get out of the hole. You have to scrounge around and figure out how you're going to get out of the hole, and I've seen other people do this, and it's a really, really hard headspace, and I hate that headspace that you go into, because it's just frustrating. But to me, it's a beautiful energy because at least someone is going to help you get out of, to me, the hole. Just get out of like whatever, you know, your situation is. And it doesn't have to be financial. It could be, I don't know, like my guide is showing me, like there was one time in the winter where I went to go take care, like care of this person's animals because they went on vacation, and I couldn't move my car because it was stuck on the ice. It was just stuck on the ice, and so I had to call my dad at the time, and my dad came with his truck and hauled me out. So it's just one of those things where that's an example of what could happen. I don't necessarily feel like it's related to cars and stuff like that. It's just an example of calling somebody and saying I need help with XYZ. It is possible for someone to get their car towed somewhere somehow, but I feel like it's going to be a small, very small, like one person that's watching, maybe. I feel like for most people, this is where it's positive. You get helped out some way, somehow. To me, it could come through fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, also. There's a lot of complicating factors here, and I did see this over on Instagram. So this is where I would tell you to have a private reading because there's, it's almost like a domino effect. There's not a clear story. It feels like for some, negative situations could lead to other negative situations. So if it's bad, it could get worse. For some people, it's more of a domino effect of, let's just say, I don't know, the story could be, let's just say, let's go with the car towing situation. And you call for help. But say you call like an ex-boyfriend for help. Then you have to go through stuff with the ex-boyfriend, and then maybe they have expectations of like, okay, you know, are we getting back together or are we not? And then maybe you move in with them for a period of time. Maybe they help you for a period of time, but then maybe shit hits the fan with that relationship, you know, or something happens with that relationship. So then you would have to then move. And as you know, as great as it might feel at the time to then move, you might be like, well, I'm still SOL. I still don't know what I'm going to do for this over here or this over here. And you might, for whatever reason, feel like you're in a worse situation than you were before. So I would, at this time, this is not a time to start anything new. This is not a time to travel. The entire Mercury retrograde period from the 21st to the 14th, I would tell everybody, whether you live in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, do not travel. This is not a time to travel. I saw it over on Instagram as well. To me, it's just not. The best way to utilize this energy is to really think clearly. And if you take a leap of faith, you're going to need to really work on the landing part. Because to me, this is like, sometimes there are times in which we take a leap of faith and we wait for the ground to come up to meet us. And there are other times where we take a leap of faith and we fall. And there is nothing. And this might be one of those times. So I would avoid taking a leap of faith at all possible during this time. If you can put it off until Mercury goes direct, that would be best. This is not a time to say fuck it and I'm just going to go and do XYZ. You know, there's people that can manifest really easily, and there's other people that just have a harder time. And lately, I have felt that there's kind of like this dead space kind of energy, and I felt it over on Instagram. I felt it was more of like I called it like a flat line feeling. where there's like this dead space, like there wasn't like the normal buzz. There's a buzz usually to energy, and sometimes I perceive energy, and lately it feels like the energy is more of like flat, it's more of dead, it's more dead space, it's more empty, it's more just, I don't know. And I don't know if I have noticed that, over the winter, it became easier and easier just to kind of spend more time on my cell phone, more time on social media, less time, more time than I normally would. So this could be a result if people are on their cell phones a lot more than they normally would. I would watch how much cell phone time you're using, check to see if it's changed or if it's spiked or if it's gone up, because that could be something for real, where people are like, they're not really paying attention to how much time they're spending on their cell phone. And it's creating this kind of deadening of the space. So it's like looking out, like I look out and normally there's like, some kind of lacrosse game going on across the field. And today there isn't anything. So it feels kind of dead. It feels kind of empty. So you're going to need to like really work on freshening up your spaces, freshening up your energy, freshening up the spaces in your life, whether it's, freshening up your wardrobe, maybe cleaning out your fridge. I don't know, maybe getting some new blinds for your house or your apartment, getting some new plants, freshen it up so that it creates a kind of change in energy, like a shift. It creates like a buzz. Like the energy that I'm picking up on is more like it's not doing anything. Like it's more dead weight. And I'm not saying anybody here is dead weight. No. I'm just saying like the energy that I'm picking up is dead weight. So you might be going through a period of time where you feel lower or you're not as active. So I would tell everybody to increase their activity, their level of activity, and freshen up the spaces in their life so that they're creating energy. I feel like there's some people that do not know how to create energy. They wait for other people to like give them energy or to inspire them, but they're not actively creating energy. So everybody at this time really actively needs to create the energy. Literally go buy some tulips or some daffodils, or literally start to really maybe get a little plant. Maybe it's a $2 primrose. I don't care what it is, but it needs to be something fresh, something new, something different. You've got to create the energy. You can't just kind of let it, I don't know, to me it has an energy of Taurus, and please don't take this the wrong way, but like Taurus can kind of just be. They're not necessarily actively so much wanting to transform their space. They kind of just allow the energy to kind of just be. And a lot of Taurus is more of just, they kind of just show up and they're just them. So this is where I would tell you there's a strong Taurus energy at this time. And to me, it's just like a stagnant energy that's just not helpful. So you're going to need to really work on it. Put on some music in your apartment, dance around a little bit, shake off any energy that's no longer serving you. That's what I would tell you at this time during this retrograde. And I will say it's nobody else's responsibility to change your energy or the energy around you in your space. Everybody needs to take responsible for their space, for their physical energy, their spiritual energy, and it's sort of like it's like that growth phase where you go from being a child and expecting your parents to do everything to being an adult and doing everything yourself. Like if you're still in a space of expecting other people to give you energy or other people to revitalize you, then it's going to be more of a challenging time. But if you're in a place of like, okay, I'm going to take responsibility for my life and I'm going to take responsibility for my space and I'm going to transform things, I'm going to bring new energy in, that's what I would, then I feel like it's going to be okay. And I feel like many of you will find your way. We've got my favorite card about finding your way in the world. and overcoming so much. To me, this is the Rolling Stone card, and I love it so much because, you know, I personally resonate with this in the sense that I've been through a lot and gone through a lot of stuff, and so maybe many of you have as well, you know. I do feel like, and similarly to, you know, my Instagram reading, I do feel like many of you are going to be able to manifest money if you want to, but you're going to need to focus on it. You're going to need to focus on it, maybe a little bit harder, because we have, again, it's a Mercury retrograde period of time. I do feel like some of you really wanted a breakthrough of some kind, this could be a time of a breakthrough, like a lucky break. I'm seeing also a lucky break for some of you. Yeah, I think this is where I want to leave it. I just want to check my chat. I didn't miss anything in my chat. Nope. Okay, so this is where I want to end. Thank you guys so much for being amazing fans and followers. I may show up a little bit less on this channel because I'm working on my other channel. If you'd like to support me either way, you can donate through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. All the links are going to be below. You can also check out I think the PayPal link is on my website, oracledaphne.com. If you'd like to get a reading, please let me know. I book really fast. I tend to book within the next couple of days. I don't at this time foresee me booking really, really far out. I'm not sure what May or June are going to bring for my housing situation. So this would be the time to book a reading if you want to book a reading. And like I said, if you do comment over on my other channel, you would get $20 off. That's if you were the first or second to comment. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it so much. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right. Take care. All the best. Bye.